Hey and welcome back. So today I'm going to go through a full body Built for Life plan. Now I'm going to lead this plan, and the reason is I feel quite strongly about what the next block and what it's going to have moving forwards. Recently our Built for Life block has probably been a little bit too gym strength heavy, and I think some of the feedback we've got and with emerging evidence is I want to incorporate more aerobic work, what I'm going to call safe strength from now on. I think when you get to my age at 37, you don't need to chase back squats and barbell squats, Olympic lifts, things like that. We still want to keep some jump quality. We still want to have good mobility. We're going to include prehab and rehab exercises, but I'm going to just load up on strength exercises where there's minimal axial loading. I've been struggling with a bad lower back lately, and like when I'm chatting to other people my age, they're doing the same things. We're going to work a lot on trunk, hips, so like making sure we've got really resilient hips, low back, because we want to eliminate those pains in day-to-day life. So have a look at this session, full body. I'll talk through some of the swaps that we're going through. And I think when you're my age, and you're 37, for example, you want to train like you're 27. But then you end up feeling like you're 47 because you're crushing yourself with so much volume you can't cope with it. So what you actually got to do is, when you're my age, you actually got to train like you're 47 to feel like you're 27, because you're not crushing yourself with volume, you're not giving yourself exercise we're going to make you stiff and sore for the next 7 days. So it's about smart exercise choices. So come and have a look at this session. I'll talk through some of the rationale. This is Built for Life full body. Some of you will laugh now because you know what I'm going to say. We're going to start off every session. So if a session is 50 minutes long, rather than just crush 50 minutes of weights, you're way better off doing 40 minutes of mobility and prehab and then 40 minutes of quality resistance training. So we're going to kick off with 4 or 5 exercises just to warm us up. They're going to serve as prehab, rehab, mobility all in one, because you're better off doing it little and often rather than one big 20-minute bout mobility on a Sunday afternoon, for example. So this is one that we love to program in the academy. You just go into a long lever lunge, try and drop that elbow inside your front leg, and then just rotate around for a bit of thoracic mobility. Just do 5 or 6 each side, and don't get lazy on the hip flexor. So if you want to walk around, Al, just maybe look at me side on. We don't want to do this with your sort of back leg in this position, just like that, because you're getting no hip flexor here. So drop that hip back like this. You can sink those hips into the floor. So you're sort of killing 2-3 birds with one stone. That's why it's such a popular stretch. Do it one side, and then obviously, of course, do it the other side. And really, when you get to this point here, try and push that rotation, that extra inch, and you'll probably feel like a couple of little clicks in your back. So it's nice. Just unlocks us ready for a nice full body session. So if you're only going to do one mobility exercise, this is probably the one I would pick. Okay, right. Exercise number 2, giving us full body. Warm needs a little bit of thought. So full body session, we need upper body and lower body. So band pull apart, always like a band pull apart. You should pull upper body more than you push, just for shoulder integrity. So band pull apart, keep that resistance on the band. Don't just drop it back in, control it back in. And you're really working those sort of mid traps, rear delts, just to give yourself, it's just good for shoulder health. So get in the habit of doing this. Right, done 10 of those. We're going to warm up the sort of glutes, low back, hamstrings. And I just want to heighten it with the band. So we're going to do a hip thrust. I like to put this band around my knees. Now, if this is new to you, just you can do a double leg. Now, what's important, we got this band because the band wants to pull your knees in like this. To keep your knees out, it's going to activate your glute med here and your glutes. So you're getting a double whammy with your glutes and your glute med, which just sits just a little bit higher. So we're going to do hip thrusts like this. Keep the band out, keep the resistance on the band. If that's too easy, drop one leg in the air, still keeping tension on the band. And you can just do a single leg hip thrust. And I can really feel that firing up my glutes, my low back, and my hammies, which is going to be important for the first lift that we have coming up in this session. Both legs, of course, if you're doing a single leg option. With warm-ups, by the way, no rest required, because there's different body parts, upper body, lower body. Just whip through it. 5 exercises, 30 seconds each, for example. No rest. We're going to go into a lat stretch now, just straight into that. So put your arm in front of you and try and, like, rather than it be 12 o'clock here, if that makes sense, walk it across to, say, 11 o'clock. It just exaggerates that stretch on the lat, and then you try and push your chest to the floor. You can really feel that lat stretch. A lot of people are pretty sort of tight in their shoulders. It means they've got sort of limited overhead ability. So making sure that we regularly stretch our lats throughout the week. And it's good for sort of thoracic mobility as well. A lot of shoulder pain comes from poor mobility in the shoulders. And if you don't practice mobility, it's going to get poor. You've got to use it or lose it. You can't just expect yourself to keep your range of motion like a young kid. It goes as we get older, so we've got to train it. And then lastly, just to get a little bit of blood flow in the legs, body weight squat. I like to challenge my sort of full body mobility. I'm going to go side on for you. Go with a band. So do a body weight squat. We don't want the heels to come off the floor. I just want to sit back. While I'm in that bottom position, I like to sort of rock over my toes a little bit, so I get a little bit of ankle mobility in there as well. We don't really want the band here. If the band is here, then it means you've got poor thoracic mobility. We want the band here above head. So that's where those lat stretches come in, really important. The first exercise when you're doing the thoracic rotations is important. So when we incorporate all this, over time, you might find this difficult on week 1, but come week 6, if you stick to the warm-ups, you'll eventually be able to do an overhead squat like this. I also think, it's just like a really good indication of how I'm feeling. If you can do an overhead squat, now this is unloaded obviously with a band, if you can eventually do like even a 20 kilo bar loaded overhead squat at full range of motion, don't need to load that, not at our age, just a bit silly, but if you can load it up with just even 10 kilo plate, even a 20 kilo Olympic bar, and you can get down and keep that bar overhead, I guarantee you'll be moving better than 99% of people your age. So really good exercise and really good feedback. If you find it hard, you're going to be lacking mobility. Let's get that mobility back and you'll start feeling great. First strength exercise, we're going to start with the lower body. Say lower body, it's obviously a bit of full body, primarily lower body. Trap bar deadlift. Massive fan of the trap bar. I would never prescribe straight bar deadlift, because the straight bar deadlift, most people's glutes and legs are stronger than their low back. And when you're straight bar deadlifting, the bar has got to clear your knees, which means you're putting a little bit of pressure on your lower back. Now, if your lower back is a limiting factor, it's going to hurt and you're going to injure yourself. So the trap bar deadlift, if you look at me side on, you can see I'm a little bit more of a squat profile because my upper body is a little bit more upright. I'm not bending over as much as if I had to clear my knees with a straight bar. So I like the trap bar deadlift because the weight, try and push the floor down, but your hips should rise at the same time, rise sooner than your back. So what a lot of people do wrong is this. They go for barbell deadlifts or trap bar deadlifts. When they want to initiate the movement, all the load comes out of their legs, and then it suddenly becomes like a horrible sort of RDL. If you're coming up, your angle of your spine should not change. So look at the angle of my spine on this. When the weight comes off the floor, it still stays upright. It doesn't become more forward lean. So I like the trap bar because it's easier to do that. So when you're my age, make a simple swap. Go trap bar deadlift instead of a straight bar deadlift. It's much better for your low back. Now, I'm programming these because it's new into the block. We've done a lot of strength stuff. Now we're going to do some higher rep stuff, but we're going to leave high rep work, but we're going to leave some reps in the tank. So if you're new to trap bar deadlift, which I imagine some of you will be, leave plenty of reps in the tank. We need to master the movement. So I'm going to go for 8 reps, but I want to leave at least 2 or 3 in the tank. So I'm not going anywhere near failure. Make sure that they are solid reps and we're not sacrificing form whatsoever. When it comes to trap bar deadlifts, I think what a poor coach does is they overprescribe volume. They'll make you do 10 to 15 reps. I personally wouldn't go into double figures ever on a deadlift because whenever you get fatigued and you lose form for half a second, ping, that's when your lower back goes. And I've been through it too many times before with too many poor coaches, right? So it should always be a lower rep, like 8 is probably the maximum I would ever program on this. And poor coaches overprescribe volume. You're better off getting 3 quality sets with perfect form, and then you can slowly build on your weight as you master the technique over the next 6, 12, 18 weeks, however long you want to do trap bar deadlifts. But don't go into this now and think, right, I got to finish this set and finish to failure. That's when you get injured. So drop the ego, lift with good form, lift with good quality, and you'll get loads more from the exercise. What the problem people have when they trap bar deadlift, I can probably do 200 kilos if my life depends on it. I'm at 110 now because I'm building back up safely. Now, some people might watch this and think, I can't do that, that's way too advanced. It's not the exercise that kills you, it's the dose, it's the weight. So anybody can do this. It's the weight that makes people experience pain. So somebody might see this and go too alpha and go heavy. I'm going light. I'm going to give myself months and months to build back, slowly back up. And I probably don't even want to get near to what I used to lift because I don't want to injure myself in case I get a sloppy bit of technique. But it's important to build some resilience in this move. So if you're new to training and you're thinking about trap bar deadlift looks advanced, The exercise in advance is a good safe exercise. It's the weight that you use. So be sensible with your weight. As I mentioned, leave plenty in the tank and slowly build up, then you'll be fine. Into superset. Let me just check my app now. Superset number 2, which I've set up. We have got barbell incline dumbbell bench press with a 1-arm row. Now, the reason I've got this, it's a really nice superset if you're in a home gym or if you're in a commercial gym, because you can do a push and a pull and you're only taking up this little bit of space with one bench. So I've got my dumbbells for press ready and I've got my dumbbells for the rows ready. So what I'm going to do is an incline row. So I go chest down, chest supported, and I'll row these dumbbells, and I've got 8 to 10 reps. So backing off some of the sort of heavy stuff that we've been doing previously, we're going to build back up now. So we're going to focus on some good quality, higher volume work. And then I'm going to drop this bench flat, and I'm going to do some dumbbell chest press. 2 sets of dumbbells, you might be lifting the same dumbbells, 1 bench, super easy to superset at home in a commercial gym. Right, and what I do is then, I'll flip straight over. I only do a shallow incline for chest press if I don't notice my shoulders if it's too steep. Flip straight over, we'll do the chest supported row, then you can rest for 2-3 minutes, then we go again. So I like to just flip into exercise 1 for just conscious of time. People haven't got more than 50-60 minutes to train sometimes, so get the 2 exercises done, then you get some quality rest for your next superset. So for this 3rd and final set, what I like to do, I program this myself and I like to do it for clients. I just find it works nicely for me. So I might do like my 8 to 10s on my heavier 2 sets. On my 3rd set, I like to go to a 15. Some people like to train certain rep ranges in isolation. So maybe like throughout the whole week, they might just stick on 6s or like just stick on 10s or stick on 15s. I like a bit of a mixed methods approach. So I like to lift some stuff for strength. I like to get a bit of volume in there as well. So we're going to just drop the weight by probably 30%, and I'm going to go for 15 real strict, really good range of motion, 15 reps to finish on press and on pull as well. So give this a go, give you a nice pump to finish on this upper body section. On that last one, that's when I do like to go to failure. So first 2 sets, when you're building strength, you don't have to go to failure to build strength. That's been proven. But I don't know why I like it. You can pick maybe 4 or 5 sets a session. This is the first time on upper body. I'm going to do it on pull when I do go foot down and I go absolutely to failure. Now you can only do that on 1 set. If you do that on all 3 sets, which a poor trainer will tell you to do, and you do that across your whole session, you will crush yourself. You crush your nervous system. You feel so fatigued. You have so much soreness for days to come. That's not training. Training is about building you, not breaking you. So that's why you've got to carefully pepper some higher rep sets in throughout your session, but only maybe do 2 to 4 sets when you do that. And make sure you do go to absolute failure when you do them, but only do it a couple of times. Some people who are a bit novice do it too often, and you end up digging yourself into such a deep hole of recovery you can't kick out of it. So only do it a little bit, otherwise it's too much training. Mobility and pre-ab done, lower body strength done, upper body push and pull strength done. Now we're going on to a finisher. Now the finisher for this block, I want to elevate your heart rate a bit, but I still want to build some strength and still build these resilient bodies that we're desperately chasing. So we're going to do a strongman circuit, but it's going to be all with great exercises. So talk through it now. We're going to get 4 exercises. We're going to go for sled push, dumbbell thruster, gorilla row. I love a gorilla row. We'll show you what these are now. I'm going to finish off with just some push-ups. So we're still getting some upper body, we're still getting some lower body volume. We're not loading the spine into fatigue or anything silly like that. So I'm going to show you these 4 exercises. I've prescribed a certain amount of reps to complete. So you get the reps done, you rest for 20 seconds, and you go on to the next exercise. I'm going to go for 4 rounds. So we used to sort of call this in rugby like power endurance kind of stuff. It's high quality work, not to absolute failure fatigue, but because we want to keep that quality up as well. Quality over quantity. So I'm going to set this four up now and I'll show you through it. Strongman finisher just to finish. First exercise of this round, there's four I mentioned. Sled push. Probably one of the most underused tools, I think, the sled push. I just find with my ongoing back issues, I have shoulder issues, it's such a great way to load your legs. And also it's kind of it's a unilateral leg exercise, so we're not always doing double leg strength. Trap bar deadlift is a double leg strength exercise, so then I like to pair that with a second lower body exercise where you're using more single legs. Could be a lunge, could be a sled push, could be a step up, a split squat. So that's why I like the sled. We're gonna go for a 20-meter push, followed by 20 seconds of rest. That's not like an absolute bullseye effort, by the way. It's hard, probably like an 80% effort on this one, week one. You can start adding the weights and going harder. Now what I like to do is 20 seconds just to compose myself. Now we're going to gorilla rows. Really nice one, gorilla rows. Quite a nice functional move. Now, what I want you to do is keep your back nice and flat. We need adequate hip mobility to do this, which is why we do some sort of squatting to start the session. But one arm at a time, really strictly. Row one dumbbell up, hold it, and do the other. And we alternate this for 10 reps each side. Okay, lower body, done an upper body. Go back to a bit of a full body, but mainly lowers. And we're gonna do a dumbbell thruster now. So another 20 seconds to get your breath back. Just go into a deep squat. I don't normally like these, I think they're a bit CrossFit-y, but it is a really good full body move as long as you keep good form. So when you're doing a dumbbell thruster, it's actually quite a handy tool to put your phone side on, do a video, and when you feel the bottom of the rep and your back is arched like this, that's going to cause some injury down the line. You might be resistant to it for a few sessions, but what I want is that flat spine. So look at my spine and my back. I want that spine to stay nice and flat, upright. Think of it as almost like a front squat on the way down. Then on the way up, you just press it like this. So no hunching over, no ugly reps. If your reps are getting ugly, just drop the weight. So I'm gonna go for 8 to 10 solid reps here. If I can't get 10 quality reps out, quality over quantity, then we're gonna drop the weight. Final one. Gonna get my stop clock out. Press ups. 20 seconds, maximum reps. And that'll be round one done. I like press ups because if you keep a good sort of plank position, it also serves like a good trunk core exercise as well. So we're killing two birds in one stone, press ups, and getting some core in. Set my stop clock for 20 seconds. See how many reps I can get. Try and maintain that for the 4 rounds. I won't, but I'll try. Right, 20 seconds, back to the sled, round 2. Keep going for 4 rounds.
Yeah, friend Bentley, you ain't stop me, yeah, I got some motion, They wanna have some motion, I got some motion, okay.
Oh, there we go, flip the neck. That was tasty. So in there we've covered mobility, pre-ab, lower body strength, upper body strength, a nice strongman finisher. I've just come back from bad lower back. None of that's compromised my lower back whatsoever. Made sure I kept really good form, and please think quality over quantity when you're training in future. So a bit more built for life, as we call it, this plan. People like myself, 37, don't have much time, got loads of injuries historically that they're trying to nurse. They've got minimal time in the week and busy schedules. They just want to maximise their returns on their investment in training. This is how you do it. 3 strength this week, 1 aerobic, and I'll start showing you some more of those sessions as we go through the block. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.